Today is 10:13. Health is looking good. It should be streaming here. In just a moment. We are live and on the air on both. So welcome everyone to the Foolish Tech Show. It is a lovely Thursday afternoon, and we are here mainly to provide support and answer any questions about our products and services. If you do have any of those, feel free to jump over to foolishtechshow.com, and we have a couple ways you can join our IRC chat from there, and you can speak directly to us, and we'll be more than happy to talk with you. Looks like we got Future Tech Quark in our chat. Hey, Future Tech Quark, how's it going?
Hey.
Looks like Ian's joined as well from there, and Shook and Whiskers are hanging around. So welcome all, and how's it going today?
Good.
It's been kind of like a Monday morning for us here, it feels like, but
yeah,
we're making it through, so not too bad, nothing big. Since we have to do the flash drives thing, do you want to have our chat give us some opinions on which flash drive to get?
Oh, I hadn't even heard which one.
I don't think we have shopping time.
Okay, so we're just gonna go with the ones we had last year then?
I think so. I don't think we've got time.
Oh, the wooden ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need something cooler than that this year. But I guess we don't have the shopping time.
Can you quick do a different?
I mean, we have something cooler, but it's only our name tags.
I was thinking about getting the bottle opener guys again. I mean, people really like those. People ordered those for no reason.
People did, and
on my website.
The only kind of bad part about them was they were a little bit thick going into the USB port.
Yeah, they were a little.
That's the only downside to that.
Definitely much more durable than
those things have never failed me.
They were a little tight trying to open a bottle too. A lot of the crowns, it was kind of hard catching the lip on it. I mean, it didn't do it like a champ, but you had to.
Wasn't quite long enough to get good leverage on it or whatever.
Leverage, but
yeah, it wasn't
but
quite
it held up. Those things can be run over. They're very strong.
They'll also destroy a USB port if it's sticking out of one and you walk by and bump into it.
Yeah,
it will destroy that computer.
And possibly the part of the case too. I would think if we could just spend a few minutes just to look at possibly another alternative, just to see. If not, go with.
I don't know. It did take us hours last time.
All right. Well, whatever. Then. We won't do it. I just did another video of the honeypot feature versus some live ransomware. I chose an Apocalypse version to go up against, and I was quite pleased at the response that I saw with that. It's getting to be kind of a little bit repetitive over and over again, seeing the ransomware go active and seeing little, if any, files being touched, and if they are being touched, it's just the honeypot. So that's exactly what we intended. We hope to have another one of those posted for you guys to take a look at, and we're going to do a whole lot more of those, so you don't have to take our word for the protection that it's affording. You're going to see it go up against live variants on hopefully a regular basis, and we want to give you guys confidence in the feature, and we want to show the impact or the lack of impact that the ransomware can have once this feature is enabled. My hat goes off to Brantley for bringing up that and implementing it, and doing the research on that and creating a most effective feature for our new version 8 release. Very excited about that.
Excellent. Well, I do want to kind of finish the flash drive thing. So Proctor, which one are you going with? Are you going to do the bottle opener, or?
I don't know.
Let's do the motorcycle one.
Do they have a motorcycle?
No, I don't know.
Go for solid gold with the diamond stud in it.
The diamond in the back.
About 1,000 of those, right?
I don't know. Do you have the page that you're looking at that we can all look at real quick, maybe?
Hey, if anybody who's in our chat currently has a recommended source for getting bulk
I think
flash
we're
drives,
already on our time limit on picking a new source, so I think
okay.
we need to take a style and go with it.
As usual, thanks Futures, Shuk, Weskers, and Zombieorm for joining us. We always love our participants in the chat. Certainly don't feel don't be afraid to interrupt us if you need any help, and certainly make yourself heard.
Okay. While we're discussing this, if you want to check out a drone hunting quadcopter attack a drone, which it's designed to do, it's pretty scary how that looks like it works. So I'm sure many areas around the world will have these deployed to capture drones, and since you have to register your drone here in the US, they'll be able to figure out who you were and why your drone was flying in the place where they wanted to capture it. So can we see the link that you're looking at, Proctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we post it in the chat, in the Hex chat or the office chat.
I guess it's fine posted in the Hex chat. So this is where we're going to be ordering flash drives from for Spice World to give away as swag, as Nick likes to call it, swag.
Do you want to share your screen?
They got a cop car one, man. Yeah, I can do that. Let me put it on this one. Let me take these off of here. All right, I'll share my screen and screen should be shared. And yep, looks like it got the right one. And looks like it looks good on the stream. So let's just go ahead and view all. So I'm kind of liking the USB rubber ducky style ones.
Yeah, I've never had many problems with those designs, other than that little thing might get a little bit looser than you would like, but they held up very, for the most part, very well.
I just like it how it looks like the USB rubber ducky, and that might worry some people, especially if they've watched our show. This is the one that we gave away last year, and we were looking at doing again. It's just we thought it was cool because it was bamboo.
It falls apart.
Yeah, it does fall apart some.
The key shape one could be interesting. Those thin, ones, those have become a little bit popular at times.
Yeah, I don't have a thing against the key shaped one, and it'd be metal like that, but it doesn't have the durability of it has the durability probably of the.
Say no to that lower right-hand corner one that you just went by and skipped because that didn't look very durable.
That's why I skipped it probably.
Good. Oh, that little black guy over there in the corner. I don't, sometimes.
This one or this one?
Yeah, that was the first one, the one without the cap. I'm not terribly big on caps. But that mini card one, those things just look like they're going to fall apart and break.
Yeah.
Those that bullet things. Oh.
Yeah, I don't like anything with a cap that can be lost.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I don't like either, is a losable cap.
Yeah.
First thing I'm going to do is lose that.
Wristband? What?
Yeah, the wristbands have become fairly popular, and it's an
really.
interesting, nice style.
Okay, I like the Lego
it
one.
Would
it
would advertise.
I like the Lego one still. That was my.
Until somebody steps on it.
Those are big sellers, though, for the tech crowd.
Hey, here's some with utility. A closed one.
Does anybody hang up clothes to dry anymore that use tech?
What about this one, the 2-in-1?
That's still a cap you can lose.
Yeah, but it's got both
It'll work with
USB and phones. That's pretty cool.
I like that, but why did they decide to put the cap on is my thing.
Yeah, I kind of like that one, the dual 2-in-1.
I have one of these, and it's essentially, this is kind of like a push button.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
tracks into it, and I've had one of those for several years, and it's held up pretty well.
I still have one of those that has been lying around. Can I find it? No, I probably can't find it on demand here.
Probably throw it away with your YubiKey.
Yeah, if I find I might find the YubiKey actually at this point, and we'll see. But no, I had one of those, and I loved it to death. And it was like a 512 meg model from forever ago.
Here's our bottle cap opener. I
Yeah,
wanted to go with that again.
just a little concerned about that one because of the width of it. It's very durable.
Black metal swivel.
Okay.
How about the natural wood one that has the case attached to it? I don't think that case would end up staying on though.
Yeah, we'd talked about that. We'd considered that one last year. I wonder if any of them that are wooden are going to be fragile like the bamboo ones.
Yeah, they probably are.
What did y'all think about the Lego one?
I like the Lego.
Yeah, I did too, actually, despite the
Lego.
big cap.
Oh, where are you gonna put
I was hoping that you could take the lid and like attach it like a Lego to the other part of it, but it doesn't look like you can do that.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, it looks like it's flat on both sides.
All right, well that is the hit of all of them. So let's go through the ones that we've said we'd liked.
Yeah.
So we got this key one.
I think that might be a little less thick than the bottle cap version of that, and still have all its protection. So those are the plus points on this one.
Hey, Shook, how's it going? We're looking at USB drives we're gonna give away. Oh man, that one's cool.
Which one?
Futures Tech Eric has a Transformers USB flash drive he posted in the chat. That is freaking awesome, but that is not something we're going to be buying.
It's gonna be
for giveaway.
No, that's gonna be too expensive. It is cool. Wow, that's
super awesome flash drive.
The flash drive.
Hey man, we on a budget right now.
Yeah. So all right. So look, we got this one. That one looks all right. It looks durable, metal, prominently displayed logo, things like that. This one is the black one. It looks like it folds into itself, so no losable cap there, possibly.
Oh, I didn't
tiny.
realize that. That's kind of neat.
So that's not that bad a one.
Okay.
We got the Lego one.
Okay, see the Lego piece. Look, I think it can stick onto the as long as.
No, it can't. The bottom's flat.
The bottom is completely flat. Look at the bottom. Let me see the bottom picture. No.
Yeah, the bottom is flat.
Ah.
So it's not even a full Lego. Like that'd be like the base Lego you'd have to start off with.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Flexibility of that is not.
Good idea, bad implementation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like the Duplo version too? Is it? It's the cheap Lego.
We got the dual one.
I like that one.
Does both USB on the go and USB.
Now, the big promoters of on the go. So.
Yeah, but this one is a kind of a. It's hard to do now because I mean Proctor's not going to like it because he can't use it with his silly iPhone, and Nick's not going to like it because he's got USB-C. So it might be that one's kind of a limited.
But it can still be used by anybody can use it traditionally. But I think like for a whole lot of people that all the Android fans without USB-C Androids are. I kind of still like it. I still like that one. I don't like this one.
Yeah. Ian says it was the Lego one would be good for hiding information in your kid's Lego bin. Probably the last place the feds would look when they're searching your house.
Oh, remember they have USB sniffing dogs now, so it's.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do. So they'd wonder why the dog wants to play with Legos so much. All right, so I say we nix this one because that is not as future proof.
Huh?
I like that one. Don't nix that one yet. Nix the
What
bottle
was
cap.
your name? Hey.
You guys keep saying Nick, and he's like, huh?
I said nix. Nix. Well, nix
Just one of
this
me
one,
here.
not Nick.
I keep telling you guys, there's just one of me. I can't do everything.
I like the on the go.
Too bad, it's gone. So we got the.
Oh, get rid of the Lego. We already
It
had it
looks
down.
like these are our ones. Which one do we want to go with?
I'm not voting for the Lego. I vote for the black non-key one, actually.
What's up with the black one?
So the black one is very tiny, and it
It's a
looks like it folds
paper
in
clip.
by itself.
It doesn't fold. It's a clip.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it is.
If you read the description or even the name,
Yeah.
Versa
Versa
clip.
clip miniature, yes.
That's
I'll
true.
do good research, didn't we? Not have time for this. Thank
Sorry,
you,
we,
John.
we don't devote a large portion of our day to USB flash drive research.
No problem.
Thanks.
I'm happy to help.
But I kind of like it. I don't necessarily need the clip, but I just like the mini size of it, and but it could be fragile, I guess.
What's the clip going to be useful for?
You're fragile.
I don't have any idea.
I say that.
All right. Well,
It looks like if you
next-
clip that onto your shirt or something, the logo's not going to be visible. Like it's going to be
That's
toward
true.
you.
All right, let's skip that one.
Yep, we'll nix that one. So we got the bottle opener, the Lego, and the key.
I see. I'd go
I
with
think you're
the.
going to have the same issues with the
There's a
key
link.
that you're going to have with the bottle opener. So
I
I would
don't-
say just go with the bottle opener.
Where's the link for this
Do
mess?
our viewers have
Bottle
any
opener.
suggestions?
I think is going to be thicker. I just
That's not what I'm doing.
seen that already.
Shook says the key is unique. He'd never confuse it with something else.
Okay.
That a
That's a good
plus?
point.
Yeah, I guess that's a plus, right?
Okay, which ones y'all looking at?
But you're never going to confuse this bottle opener either. So I have one, and I don't confuse it with anything else.
You all.
I'm just afraid to plug them into my computers. That's the problem.
Nick, the page Proctor posted in the chat, premiumusb.com.
Yeah. I mean,
Or-
okay. Which ones are you looking at?
We're looking at the ones that are on my shared screen. It's the Lego one and the bottle opener one.
The Lego one and the bottle opener one. That's all. Bottle opener.
That's what
Or
we've
the
narrowed
key.
it down to.
I like the key one since,
All right.
since it was just mentioned.
I had the key. Where'd that go? There we go. So the key one was this one.
Look at all these.
Yeah, I kind of like the key. I'm voting for the key.
Key looks and sounds fine to me.
I'd say at least we have a chance of it, fitting better.
It has a lip. Go back. Okay, click on. Yeah. See, look at that. Isn't that weird?
I mean, that would make sure it stays in better, which is nicer because I have a the UV key doesn't have that lip, so I feel like it's loose in there, so I kind of like that. So key, bottle opener, or USB. I guess I'm against the Lego because the cap can get lost. And then you only have half a Lego, and that Lego is not really utilizable in a Lego set. So I'm gonna say we nix.
Utilizable.
Yeah, let's nix the Lego.
This is kind of corny, but I kind of like that clothespin.
I
like
thought
it
the
too.
clothespin too. That one's probably gonna fall apart even worse. So
It probably
but it
will.
is a
but
bit foolish.
It is foolish. Well, you could I assume that's a working clothespin. You could attach things to it or attach it to things.
like a cord. So like you have a
Doesn't-
cord
Well, I
hanging
just kind of
there.
meant like a piece of paper or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they're made to be attached to cords, and you have cords hanging all around computer places.
A mega keychain. What is that?
Michael,
Oh, that pretty-ish.
the keychain one, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I like the clothespin.
Button over wrap thing.
All right, let me find the clothespin again.
Clothespin. All right, where's that other bottle of?
Oh yeah, I meant to look at the price.
Ooh, executive leather. Brewski bottle opener. Yeah, I hope those aren't the same ones. Hey, you know what, Proctor? I think you pointed out this site to me before. Ooh, combo ranch.
It's where we bought the ones last year. It's where we bought the ones from last year, the bamboo ones.
It looks like it is a working clothespin.
See, the thing is, though, I remember you showing this site to me earlier this year when we mused about this for later this year. And I also remember commenting on the Brewski bottle opener being, let's see, what was that? Like 2 or 3 times the cost it was direct from China. You know, not like we got time for that, I guess, but that just like offended me for the website.
Okay.
Going back to that the clip one, the problem I see with that is that you see that it's going to effectively probably block a double stacked USB port.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, well, the Lego one probably will. The Lego one definitely will too. You want a slim one like the key one or the bottle opener to do that. Both the key and the bottle opener also have that extra like outie bit that's not thicky bit, so you can still grab onto it as opposed to something else without looking.
Yeah.
You know.
I do like how the bottle opener has a key ring as well. I don't think.
And it's sturdy. I don't like to store flash drives on my keyring because I'm pretty rough with my keys. But the bottle opener one probably withstand it.
That wristband is interesting too.
I thought the wristband was an interesting one too, but I feel like there's going to be a few other people. I saw them there at Spice World as well. We don't want to have the same one, so I say if we're going for something, we usually try to have something utilizable or interesting. So I say one of these two is probably the best ones. Do we want to go with the bottle opener or the key?
I vote for the key.
I vote for the key. We
already
did the bottle opener, but there was that. It was very in a USB port. I'm quite certain it's the same one they're buying from China and reselling.
Yeah, looks very similar.
In fact, they're probably having China doing the engraving on it too. So we're probably still going to have to wait even just as long, at least. By the way, Proctor, hit only B button, do better. Just saying.
But all right, so this one or this one? Chat, what do you say? Shook still likes the key. Ian, we had looked into ones of doing a custom D72 logo before, and they are super expensive. So.
In the shape of a D72?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, really? Wow.
Yeah, we looked into those last year, and they're super expensive.
It's not going to be
D72 holster shape.
Yeah, the bottle opener is out. We don't have time to get it. Looks like they are ordering it from China.
Yeah, the Whisker says key. Future Tech AM posted a link to the custom ones. We'll have to, according to the custom, we'll have to do that next time if we're going to do that.
It'll have to be one of the ones that say 24-hour available, and it's still not 24 hours. It's 5 days.
Western USB.
Yeah, it's a holster.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Is that going to be more expensive? Because
I like that it's on a chain.
We have to get ones that say available in 24 hours. Proctor.
Oh, is that one? Where does it say that?
No, it doesn't.
It only has the 10-day availability schedule. We only have 10 days, including shipping time.
Oh, the bandit.
We are going to preload something.
We are preloading stuff.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have time.
Proctor's gonna do it while we're driving.
Y'all be doing it at
No, the preloading's done at the factory.
Oh.
Well, no, it can be done at the factory. I'm saying, how much is that extra?
I just closed the quote.
They said they were. I thought it was free. Yeah, free data preloading. Right here.
Yeah, it's free.
Carpenter natural.
Shook just said that in the chat.
Yeah. And yes, we are preloading stuff. We'll have all our apps and all that stuff. And yes, that is what you just said. All right, so I think we'll go with the key. I'll go ahead and do the executive decision stuff.
Wait a minute now. The key is the only one we've been looking at that is available express.
I know, and Proctor
Mr.
just
Big
brought that up
Decision.
to us. So.
I like the key anyway better because it's going to go in that port a lot easier than the bottle opener ever did.
Yeah, so I agree. Key, we're going with the key.
Why?
Dang, they charge for express. Are you sure we need that?
I'll stop sharing my screen. Proctor, you can switch me over. I like.
Dude, I don't think we need express.
I really like.
Spend the same money and get a 32.
An accountant dies a little.
When is Spice World? Spend the same money and get a 32 gig on instead of like a 8 or a 16. You know, 16 gig express is the same as just a little more than a 32 gig 10 day. If you get, I'm saying, people like them gigs. You know, when we gave out an 8 gig last year, was it 8 gig we gave out?
Yeah, people
16.
were really impressed with that.
Yeah, they were
Was it
because
16?
other people were giving out 4s and 2s and stuff. You know.
Yeah, the ones last year were 16 gig.
People hang on to the bigger ones.
Yeah. I would say 16 is the least we should be looking at. Is that what you're looking at,
Yeah.
Proctor?
Yeah, it's a 16.
Yeah, well, same price for 32 if you can do a 10 day. If they're preloading it at the factory, we can send it straight to Spice World. I'm not against that. We can get people more gigs to hang on to it longer. Like that. Besides, you got to get one for me too. Just hold one. Just bring one back.
Okay.
I will hold on to it for DLA.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right, well, we can always order 506 of them.
Okay. Are we only doing 500? Because didn't we find out that was?
Can we afford that? This is gonna be like y'all got to get there the first day.
Yeah, it probably is the case.
Real quick. And obviously we're gonna reserve some for future tech crew, and anybody in the chat wants to put their name in the hat for, right? Y'all make a list.
Indeed.
Talk about it.
We're actually gonna have them fight to the death, and the winner gets.
Can we do it like Star Trek style, like Kirk versus Spock?
Yeah.
Sure.
Dun, 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 on Vulcan. Yeah.
We'll allow that.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
I want video.
All right. What, Michael?
Okay, they should have known this was a bad idea.
All right, back to work.
So I think we had mentioned this, like the Soylent bars. There was this food bar like Soylent, and it's the name from the movie in the 70s with Charlton Heston, Soylent Green. Basically, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to ruin the plot for you. But basically, the whole I'll partially ruin it. The whole society is.
Everyone's heard of it. If they haven't seen it, just go.
All society is based on the consumption of this food product called Soylent Green that is made from some questionable.
It's people.
It's people. Yeah, it's people. So anyway, I was kind of questioning why a food company would ever use that name on a product, because if you have any memory of that, it kind of put a bad taste in your mouth, so to speak. Ha ha ha.
Because the same reason there's like a sauce called Awesome Sauce being sold. It's the exact same reason, because it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and people think that's funny.
Well, at any rate, it looks like there's a number of illnesses involving this, and so this is probably the last thing a food company would want to happen to their new product, especially after giving it that name. So they basically taken it down and told everyone to stop eating them, and they haven't identified the exact cause of the problem yet.
Yep, so that's out there.
Some guys had a dumb idea, like, hey, let's make a product called Soylent something, and because of that movie. And then,
maybe they just shouldn't have put crap into it, or
well, they had to get stuff from shady sources. They probably China or something.
So something a little bit more uplifting. Here's Bruce Campbell and Lucy Lawless.
I was just about to get back to work.
Giving their takes on famous horror movie scenes.
Oh wow, that's straight from the new show, right? I mean, they're both in it, and they're probably doing this to Ash vs. Evil Dead. They're in it, and they're doing this to promote their show too, right?
Probably.
No doubt.
But
I respect their opinions, frankly, so I'm cool with
Well,
it.
they've
You're
always
not-
worked with Sam Raimi, who did the original Evil Dead.
Sam Raimi is huge in horror too, and they're both fans. I think legitimate horror fans. These two individuals. So I would expect their opinion on the matter to be, reasonably more than just.
Wesker says this is just their most recent product. Their other products are fine, and the pre-mixed meals aren't too bad even. Shook says Bruce Campbell is boss. He is pretty funny.
Yeah. Agreed.
If you're not into watching Bruce Campbell, though, there is something else on YouTube for you today. The Rouge One trailer 2 has come out and makes it look even better than the first one. I honestly, after watching the first trailer, I wasn't very excited about it. This one, I'm still on the edge about it, but it looks more like it'll be a decent Star Wars movie, as most of them have been. So, speaking of that, though, also in the news, the Star Wars production company just got fined almost $2 million for breaking
because of Harrison
Ford's leg. Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
He walked onto the set of the Millennium Falcon, and there was a automatic door. He didn't know it was live, and it came down right on top of him and broke his leg.
Yeah, they said that had the force of a small car impacting with him, and apparently it was. I don't know though. I mean, is it because of them failing to maintain the status of its activity, or because I could, if I had a big hydraulic press, and I decided to lay down inside of it and turn it on, it's probably going to kill me, In other words, I'm just wondering what the basis for the huge lawsuit is. I guess it's just insurance, or
it's insurance, and because he walked onto the set not thinking that was a live door.
So they should have labeled it properly, or otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of see that.
Should have said, "Hey, Mr. Ford, don't walk under that. It might crush you." Might have been something good to yell out, possibly. Yeah. I'm sure he wasn't just walking around the stage alone. There probably had to be other people there, and could have been like, "Hey, don't use that door. It's known to randomly crush people." Things like that.
So did you guys talk about Chrome 54? It's out now. Jeez. And it looks like it's rewriting embedded. It looks like it's, what is it? Live rewriting Flash into HTML5. What is it doing?
I don't know. I know that 55 we talked about yesterday or the day prior, and it's going to consume 50% less RAM.
Yeah, that's 55. But 54, which is out today, looks like it rewrites YouTube Flash players to use YouTube HTML5. But I didn't think YouTube was using Flash Player anymore. Old embeds. It's just all the old embeds for it that haven't changed on the old sites. Gotcha.
Interesting.
And brings support of custom elements v1 spec. I'm not really clear what that is. This spec gets used for developers to create custom HTML tags as well as define their API in JavaScript. Okay. I'm updating though, of course.
Good job. So if you've ever had problems or you've always wanted to recycle but you've just never been able to figure out what's recyclable and what's trash, this trash can will now apparently help you out with that. It'll scan the product and tell you if it's trash or recyclable.
Car 54, yeah. What's that show? Dragnet? Is that what I'm thinking?
I believe so.
That's crap. Does it? What do you mean scan?
Wonder if I could just get a phone app to do that.
Keep getting my interest.
Car 54, Where Are You is a movie in itself.
The trash can.
A TV show, sitcom, American sitcom. 61 to 63.
But my question is does it get all the different types of recyclables? Because our area they only accept to select two or three of them. I throw them all in there because they upset me by taking away a trash day for that. I was already paying for the recycling bit. And they increased my taxes.
It might write you a summons in the future.
As far as I'm concerned, everything's recyclable.
So we had we've already mentioned this, but we had a rough morning, and I believe it was Tank that sent this around to us, but this pretty much allowed us to relax a little bit while.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, I already put that.
Jeez.
It's not safe, but visually it probably is fine. Just the sound.
Actually, that was from Nick from a long time ago.
Yeah, Nick
was it?
did bring it to us a long time ago.
I
The guided meditation. F that.
Ooh, what was that?
I
The
sat back
guided
in my chair, closed my eyes, and ready to meditate, and then the explicatives start.
The X.
Did it not brighten your mood?
It did.
Doing it right now.
Not in the way that I thought it was going to, but it sure did.
Thank you. For that. Forgot about that.
So, in more safe for work things, there's a NES Controller Notebook, so you can jot down all your cheat codes in style. It looks like it almost has raised buttons and stuff, so I'm not sure how great that notebook would be, but still a neat novelty. And oh man, we're gonna have to ask our friend in London about this this coming Saturday. But apparently there was a gorilla that went on the loose on the London Zoo. They have called it, but still, not the thing you would expect in a nice evening out to the zoo. See a gorilla run past you. Michael, you're always into this hardware stuff, so what do you think about this Terahertz radiation speeding up computer memory?
I haven't. Did I not read that story?
Oh, found.
Got one past me.
Yeah. Didn't come on Slashdot, so you wouldn't have seen it.
No, I read a few more sites. So I don't quite understand that this is not just a extension of Wi-Fi, because we've talked about some terahertz Wi-Fi type stuff going on. I'm not
sure.
This is different. This isn't Wi-Fi.
You read over the article and think about it, and while you do that, I'll show people that they can sign up for the first space nation. You can actually sign up and be a citizen of both your own country and the space nation. And once they get up to, I think it was 100,000 applications, they can register for the UN and actually be an official state of the world, even though it's not of this world.
Yeah, so they're going to apply to the UN. It's obviously named after the mythical Norse god
Asgardia.
Yeah, the where the Norse gods live in Nordic mythology. But
so far, only one satellite will be part of this space nation when it starts off.
Yeah, the thing is that there's a treaty or something that everybody is responsible for. In other words, if trying to send something up that's it's China's, that type of thing. I don't know how that exactly works with this, what they're talking about here, because there's obviously somebody's going to send up that satellite, and so the nation that send up that satellite would theoretically be in charge of it. I think, is this just all on this make believe? I mean,
if
are they
they're
just
registering to be their own nation state, then they're then.
But all the inhabitants are going to be on Earth. But all the inhabitants are going to be
right now.
I don't know. I find this to be a little.
I think what they're trying to do is start to establish stuff, because like right now we have the space station out there, and essentially it's like Antarctica, where it's kind of like a no man's land, and everybody can. Everyone has to agree to what happens down there.
Well, that's all we need is like Russia or China start to claim planets in our solar system for their own, use. And, I don't think this type of thing should be. I'm even going to go so far as to say it might be dangerous for them to do this type of thing.
The space nation is going to help create those kind of laws and help us adjust to those kind of things and deal with the things before they actually come up.
Yeah, there's criticism enough of the UN. I really don't think this is going to help it any. But sign up for it. Apparently, 100,000 people have already. So
no, only 1,000 people have.
Oh, sorry, 1,000. I knew I read a number in there. Anyway, all right. There's
100,000 is how many they need to apply for a state status.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
XBKP55 said they knew a girl who was a citizen of the space nation. I find that is probably a...
I'm sure I've met a few of them as well in my time. Anyway, getting back to the Terahertz radiation, this is a little weird and a little light on the information here. So in this lab test that they did, they just applied the demonstration of this to a ferromagnet. They didn't use computer memory at all to back up the statements that they're making. So I'd like to see those tests before you would even consider when this might make its way into actual technology. Or the technology that you're going to buy in the next few years. But what they're saying is that this is way off into the future if this is going to happen, and they're just sort of a proof of concept was what they did of some things, and they need a more practical application of it before I'm going to pay it a whole lot of attention. Listen, I know a lot of you will laugh at me, but I did want to put a little shout out. This ASMR thing has really been working wonders for me, relaxing. I know I posted the video about the not safe for work thing, but I truly believe that the ASMR thing, at least for me, seems to work. It has an effect as euphoric as I would imagine from a drug. At least that's how it feels. Except it's incredibly natural and it's pleasant. And it's not, as some people like to try to pigeonhole into it with other things. It's not erotic. It's not erotic in nature, and the sites that do that are really doing it a little bit of a disservice. It could be. I mean, as you're relaxed and feeling comfortable, sure, your mind might wander, but it has nothing to do with that, and the feelings that you get aren't focused.
It's just soft, repetitive sounds.
These are soft-spoken people that are talking and basically caressing with their hands materials like fabrics or purses or tea or virtually anything. And it's just amazing, though. You'll know if you have this, you'll know if you're affected by this, because within the first few minutes of listening to it, and you have to consciously listen. You can't just put it on for 30 seconds and then turn it off and be like, oh, it didn't happen. So it works for me. It basically starts as a tingling sensation along the middle back of my spine.
Okay, we don't need you to get into details there. Yeah.
Not safe for work.
Yeah.
It is safe for
No,
work.
what you were about to describe was not going to be safe for work. So
You're not.
We'll move on.
In general.
Yeah. We'll move on to Facebook actually did something good. Apparently they had a substantial effect on the voter registration nationwide. So they did a campaign to endorse voter registration, and apparently it had a major effect.
How was that good? Do we need companies influencing the vote?
Well, they're just getting people to register to vote.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with
it. Who is attempting to influence and or completely cheat?
I'm not so sure about that. This is usually a point made by conservatives, because the larger population at whole tends to.
No, they both do it. It's usually like you just like pointing out that a certain party that is not you is always incorrect or always the culprit of something.
But I don't even see how this could possibly be done in that way. Just getting people to register to vote doesn't control how they vote.
Yeah, well.
But if you're communicating that through a medium that is skewed towards one particular camp or the other, then yes, it does.
Yeah, if people actually need that help, then they're going to get more than just that help. I'm sorry.
That's why conservatives don't go to inner cities to advertise their politics. They don't want that vote.
Why don't you not advertise them on the show?
Yeah, it's like we have CNN and Fox News here talking to each other, so we'll move on past the stuff. I thought it was interesting because a lot of tech places have been doing that and trying to promote registration.
Call him MSNBC, but who's Fox? Are you looking at me? You know I'm not that.
I know. It's just the two camps. They're two camps. So.
Hey, I would love it if there were 15 or 30 camps. I'm tired.
My camp is no camp. I say don't vote. That's my opinion.
Well, that's the opposite. All right, let's move on past that. Sorry I brought it up. This one will make Michael have to listen to a bunch of his AR, SRM, MR, whatever S stuff.
ABCD.
Yeah, Verizon and AT&T made $600 million in overage fees alone.
Yeah, I saw that. Makes you, yeah. So they're very profitable off of these things. Their network should be running at gigabit speeds constantly for everyone, if they made that much money, but whatever. No data caps. They need to go away.
I thought this was really interesting. Apparently they came out with earrings to catch your Apple AirPods if they fall out of your ears. I don't know if that's actually
rip somebody's ear.
utilizable,
what you're gonna do.
but maybe you could just use them as storage while you're not listening to them, and then you could pull them out and put them in your ear. I just thought it was crazy that
You need a special earring now to listen to those new headphones.
Well, no, it's like a special little holster.
Oh, it's 3D printed. That's the good part of it. Okay, it's this is not Apple doing this, right? This is
no.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's totally different. I'm sorry.
If you ever wanted to see a real live version of Doom's BFG, there's a picture of it and shows you just how big it is.
I saw this a couple of days ago.
That is pretty large.
Wasn't Dwayne Johnson holding it though in that movie?
Oh, that's right. That's a long time ago.
That one wasn't accurate.
Forgot about that movie. It's been a while.
Was he the one in Doom?
Die.
I think so.
The Rock, man. Yeah.
That's why the gun looks so much smaller in his hands. You see. There's a picture of the Rock if you can't. Rock. Yeah, look down, scroll down, in one of the comments on that. They have a shot, I guess, from that movie.
Interesting.
And Mythbusters
like a normal gun in his hands.
Mythbusters covered it, and that was always a good point. I thought there were a tremendous number of weapons in the Doom, in Doom, and I thought it would be unlikely to be a person to be able to carry all this around. Apparently, it looks like Mythbusters guy said that it was theoretically possible. Doesn't look good, but it is possible.
So I came across this recently, and I thought it was interesting, not only because of the cast, which is Pamela Anderson, but because the story was actually
not safe for work. Not safe for work.
It is slightly safe for work. There is one time where they do show
it's a film? Oh,
geez. It's a short film. Short film.
So it'll upset me that much more quickly.
It's only 10 minutes long. I thought it was the connectivityness of it was kind of interesting to me.
I'm so gonna bite my tongue. Other than saying I'm biting my tongue.
Okay. I thought it was interesting, and she's definitely a lot older now.
That was nicer than I was gonna put it.
This was pretty cool. A diver happened to catch a whale swimming up from underwater, breaching the surface, and then coming back into the water. Makes for a pretty relaxing gift there.
That's amazing. Yeah, you don't catch that. This is basically a whale that's held its breath for an incredibly long period of time and decides it wants to breathe. Yeah, wow.
For all you Lego fans out there, there's now a Beatles yellow submarine with Beatles characters as well. All Lego-like.
Actually, I really do like that song on the Rock Band Legos Beatles thing.
It's the cartoon or the movie Yellow Submarine's pretty good.
The kids like that. Of course, they'll do it like 20 times in a row, and then it's like, oh gosh.
Yes, kids like that.
Good point.
So I've mentioned the air surfing becoming a popular sport. Apparently they've taken it to the next level with this, and it does look a lot like Tron, like they say in the article here, but they added LEDs and stuff to themselves while they're jumping around in an air chute or whatever those are called, kind of like the fake air diving.
I've been in those. Have you ever been in one?
No, I haven't.
So yeah, I have a friend who loves to skydive, and we went out to a place that was a very tall building, as you would imagine, and it looked like it was in the middle of nowhere, and a whole bunch of cars parked around it. And sure enough, went in, and they have this, and it's pretty amazing, but it's a lot more difficult to control than I would have imagined if you've never been in a free fall or anything like that.
They have one in Florida, right?
Yeah, they have them all over.
Yeah.
But they're really fun, and I recommend it. It's a great exercise. You know, if you happen to know somebody that's has a membership or anything like that to these, I would probably hang along with them. I don't recall having to actually pay for it when I engaged in it, although I did have to wait for others to finish and wait my turn. But beyond that, it was seemed like a relatively inexpensive experience. Anyway, it was fun, I guess, but I'm wondering what the lights. So is this just? Did they just capture that with the filming?
I think they slowed it down.
Yeah.
Or maybe some strobe light turning on or something like that.
Yeah. But if you ever want to do the skydive without the danger, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
You can get hurt, actually, but you know there is a little bit of training involved before you go up in those. But it's definitely not going to be the fall that would kill you. You know. I brought back some good memories. I'll try to engage in that again.
Tron would look the same. I guess they wouldn't model it after thermonuclear war games, but anyway. I don't like Minecraft either. I have played a bit of it from other people that were playing it, and I was like, why are you playing this? This is so dumb. They were like, no, try it. I was like, I'm trying it, and I still say the same thing. So I'm not sure how BioShock and your Xbox 360 came from Legos, Shook. I'm not following that.
What?
I don't remember any Legos in BioShock.
BioShock Legos. Huh. I don't know what he's talking about either, because I've seen those games. I don't recall. I haven't played them through, so I will give you that. If there's some like Legos at the end of it that I, cutscene or something that I missed, I wouldn't terribly surprise me. But
okay, his favorite game on the Xbox is BioShock, but he has several of the Legos games. The Legos games are fairly good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
I do like the Legos games. So those are fun.
The kids love them, and honestly, the parents who they love them too. I've taken over the controller from some of the kids I've been around playing those games, and find myself lost in the game. So
yeah. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Apparently, Britain's issued new plastic money, and people have gone off and started playing vinyl records with it. So that's pretty interesting. I'm more interested in why they had plastic money.
It might be cheaper to produce, possibly, but
you might be able to 3D print that.
I'm a little concerned. I don't like the amount of plastics in our environment as it is currently. Especially, we talked about the that thing floating in the Pacific.
Well, I'm thinking like I always fold my money. I don't or I just stuff money in my pocket. It would suck to have plastic money you couldn't fold.
Well, this looks thin enough to be able to. I'm not so sure you'd be against folding it, or maybe it doesn't fold. Maybe it just bends. But
I mean, how many plastics have you ever used that you're able to fold easily and it doesn't affect it?
I think it folds.
I'll look into it. Yeah,
it's like that South African money that I have.
It's pretty cool.
Is that plastic?
Yeah, that's plastic.
Now, if there is a cost advantage to this, then I'm wondering why we don't already do this here.
They can't be crumpled, are extremely hard, though not impossible to burn. And
because I want to burn money every day.
What happens if you shine a laser through the queen's face?
Yeah, that also funky stuff happens if you do that in real life too.
I just thought it was interesting they were playing foods with it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna look more into this plastic money. This is it's being adopted everywhere. Wow. And people don't usually throw away money, so I guess its environmental impact is probably going to be.
That's what I was thinking when you were like, I don't want more money floating around the environment. I was like, what?
Yeah, you're right. I thought about that a little bit more. Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe not, but it looks kind of like Canadian money.
Canadian money is not plastic either that I'm aware of. It doesn't crumple, so I'm assuming that you can't fold it. So that's where I'm saying now you got a check size thing that you have to carry around in your pocket.
It doesn't say you can't fold it. You just can't wad it up in a ball.
Can't crumple it at all. That would make it seem like you can't.
That would be crumpling it.
I mean, you don't have to wad it up into a ball to crumple something. You just crumple it a little bit.
Simple. That's almost too simple, but yeah, it's a new cast. I guess it can be 3D printed. It's probably cheap, but it's got a lot of advantages apparently to regular casts. Looks kind of cheesy, but
for what are you talking about?
Cast, like if somebody breaks an arm or leg or something like that. Now, recently, my brother, or not that long ago, my brother.
You gotta kind of like tell us the other side of story that you're thinking of before you just start off with sentences in the middle of it.
So a number of months ago, my brother had a cast on, and he was complaining. I couldn't wait to get it off, and the itching, and he just looked like he was in a bad way for a long period of time. And he's a very active person outside and all that, so it probably had a bigger impact on him than most people. So I was thinking, though, if he had something like this, his problems would have all been largely solved, particularly the smell, the breathing. I mean, that's a huge issue for somebody that has cats.
What Michael's not telling you is that he pushed him down the stairs.
No, I think a vehicle fell on him. He repairs trucks and works on heavy.
Is that the same brother that you pushed down the stairs? Though you told us a story where you.
No, that was 35 years ago. That was my younger brother. This is one of my older brothers.
Oh, okay.
But at any rate, he would have benefited from something like this, and I think anybody who has had a cast, who's dealt with some of the problems associated with casts, would think this is great. But the crazy thing is that this is such a simple concept. I can't imagine, even prior to 3D printing, I can't imagine why it took so long for this to come about. Kudos to those younger folks there.
Yeah, it did look like a cool cast. So Sports Illustrated recently did a VR climb all the way up to the top of Mount Everest, and they're going to come out with possibly a multi-part VR film in early 2017, they say, called Capturing Everest, and it will be the first VR project from Sports Illustrated, and it's going to debut on its Time Life VR platform. I don't know if that means you'll be able to watch it on anything else, but still, it'd be pretty cool. You'll get a 360 view of climbing all the way up to the top of Mount Everest. So
here, watch this, just for like 2 seconds from this point.
What are we watching?
You can crumple it. It just doesn't hold its shape.
Oh, you can?
It doesn't hold the shape? What?
No, it goes back.
Nice.
Interesting. Does it not
maybe
float?
No more ruining your money when you wash it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's a problem. I mean, I don't usually come across it, but when it does happen,
It's happened a few
everyone's
times.
like, "Oh God, that was a 20, wasn't it?" Yeah, it's not the small bills that typically that happens to. Anyway, I think I'm generally liking this idea. There seems to be far more advantages than disadvantages to this type of money. The story I just posted, I thought this was neat. There's those MIT games that we've talked about in the past that have, basically allowed you to decide, what the logic in the self-driving car would do, and allows you to kill pedestrians and do all sorts of other.
Well, it's a lot easier for Mercedes to sell the driver on that, since the pedestrians aren't the ones out there buying Mercedes. So
No, this is very true. I was just wondering.
that's probably why they went that route.
I just wondering what's
Hey,
going to
by
happen.
the way, this car will kill you instead of killing pedestrians.
Well, of course.
It'll save your life instead of killing.
But that's not that's not my concern, though. The concern is that when an accident does occur and the vehicle does make that decision, what happens to the pedestrian's line of defense in court, or the pedestrian's family's line of defense in court?
Well, I would say what happens to the driver's line of defense, because now if your car is set to disregard pedestrians and save your life instead, does that mean you are now responsible for that manslaughter charge?
How far exactly? Because potentially any time you were to impact a pedestrian, it could cause the car harm and damage, and could cause you to spin out of control or something. Who knows? And if it's always putting the pedestrian's life, and then we'll just casually run them over if they're in the middle of the road.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have to look into this a little bit more. I'm sure it's not that crazy, but hey, since there's no laws around any of this, I guess we're going to have to wait for a few accidents to figure out what we're going to do legally in response to self-driving cars.
Yeah. All right, so we have reached our hour time limit for the day. I'm going to give you one last link just for you to think on. Apparently, a judge has now asserted that you can issue lawsuits via Twitter. So you can have a lawsuit served to you over Twitter now.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see somebody serve me a lawsuit over Twitter, because I don't have a Twitter account.
Hey,
oh,
deputy's job.
You do definitely have a Twitter account and a Facebook account, and they're both very active.
What if you don't use it at all?
You post daily on it. Nice pictures of your house. Yeah, he's got a Twitter account and a Facebook account, and he has pictures posted.
None that I know how to log into. So anyway,
it shows you coming in on 264 and going straight to his house in a video, and
can you shut up?
The inside of his house has nice pictures of everywhere and how things are located. And all right. Anyway, we will be back tomorrow. If Michael doesn't have a heart attack over all of this, he might need some bad dream spray, which is apparently lavender and water mixed together in a spray bottle. But otherwise, if you do have any questions or want to get in contact with us, we will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. and we'll be more than happy to answer you on the air. And otherwise, you can always contact us via any other means of support. But hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Take us on out, Proctor.